Can't help it. Gonna dance every time.
I'm holding out. I'm holding out.
You can
Got that
only
natty 20 on the resist
you can only
roll.
resist for so long before that nat 1 hits. And then we'll see your dance skills. And I'm so excited for it.
Can he hold out? Will he hold out?
I hope not. Oh, it's
It'll
just
only be
it's,
the final boss
it's
episode.
too much fun. I love that intro. I love it. But yeah, welcome back to the Emergency Power Podcast. You've survived yet another week.
Yeah, we could pick up on that cliffhanger you left on us last time.
Oh my god. And I'm like over here dying, and you didn't even progress
yet.
the story to tell me if I'm gonna die.
Yeah, see, if you're gonna die, I want to stretch it out. I want to make everyone feel it.
I don't approve
It's not gonna be
of
like
this.
one of those combats, like, we're still powering up 6 episodes later, and I'm still drugged out.
Last week on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, this entire episode, I'm just gonna give everyone a warning that's listening. It's just going to be them yelling for an entire hour and a half.
Let me monologue just an episode longer, please.
Commentary by a minor NPC while we yell.
Would you
My
please
whole
just blow up the
backstory.
planet already? It's fine.
I do want to point out to anyone who is paying attention in the last couple episodes, we did mention that this drug is called Dream Shiver, and if you looked up Dream Shiver in the Starfinder rulebook, you may have noticed it's a level 5 drug, and you may be asking yourself, what the heck is a level 1 character doing taking a level 5 drug? Well, this is a homebrew game, and we've made a level 1
tweaked it a
version. We
little
cut
bit.
it down, if you
Yeah.
will. It's the children's version of
No,
the drug.
No,
It's
no,
not.
no, I don't think it is.
Parents, talk to your children about Dream Shiver.
Yes.
before
Tell them
someone
about
else does.
The spiders that it comes from, and the
Yes.
spiders who will climb up the walls in the middle of the night to
And how
reclaim what was
delicious
taken.
they are.
And how delicious they are.
The spiders are delicious?
Well,
Oh.
They are.
I would be really curious to see if that's the case, and you know, I may just give you guys an opportunity to find out. Who knows?
Yay.
I'd rather not eat some spiders. Thank you very much.
Is
All
that
right,
the
they can
antidote?
eat you,
What-
it's
is
fine.
that- oh goodness.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I'm very excited. There's some good stuff coming up, and don't worry, I won't put you guys in another flashback to prolong that addiction. No,
thank
we're
God.
going forward today. Onward. Onward!
I want to cure it or I want to die.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Wow, I've never had a player be like, all right, you know what, I don't want to deal with this, just kill me, it's fine.
No, that's my order of preference. Okay,
No
I want to
in
cure
between.
it, or I want to die. I just don't want it to. I don't want to have a prolonged death. You know.
I think it's just
No,
making
that
you feel
sounds
like you want
more
to
painful.
die.
Yeah. No, it is. So like, right now I am. I'm sickened, fatigued, and shaken. So I'm taking a
gosh.
-4 on any skill checks that I take.
Yet again, don't do
It's
drugs,
terrible.
kids.
That
Don't
is
do drugs.
brutal.
It's
You'll
not
end up
worth
like
it.
me.
Mhm.
Okay, but let's do this. I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's do
ready.
this. Okay. Let's bring it on in. Everybody gather around as we
We cue the map.
We have
open
the music going.
the tomes of emergency
Oh, I hear it.
power once again to volume 1, chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
The 3 stranded passengers step into the wreckage of a ship that once carried them across the stars. Holographic panels flicker into life and die out in a slow repetition. For mere moments, they illuminate the cabin, throwing shadows down the corridor. The majority of the systems are failing, and without help, their usefulness will fade completely. In the momentary flashes, a shine gleams off a dark liquid that stretches down the hall, half hidden by a door jammed open. So here you are. What do you do?
So I want to check out this computer system that we're next to.
Okay.
What am I seeing here?
The computer console that's projecting this hologram looks like it sustained a lot of damage in the ship's crash. So if you wanted to give me either an engineering or a computers check, you can try to figure out what's going on with this thing, if it can even be useful to you.
Okay. I'm going to go with engineering.
That seems like a solid
Uh,
bet.
So even with my -4, I got an 11, so
Okay.
That's respectable.
not too bad for
Yeah, no, your
being
roll was alright.
in a weakened state. He's like got sweat pouring down, even though it's not even that hot in here, and his eyes are a little bit extra bulging, more than
A little
normal.
dilated.
Well, they're like these beady black rat eyes. They're just always
Always dilated.
dilated.
They're
but
100% dilated.
It's full on space spunion over here.
All right. So you get into this computer's wiring and kind of like slide under the console and kind of pull out wires and figure out what's going on in there. And you can tell that if you tried to use this computer in the state it's in right now, it probably wouldn't be able to function. But judging by how it was like wired to the wall, you might be able to put a battery or something like that in there to give it juice for like long enough to get something off of it.
5e will pass Scriff a battery from his
Okay.
chassis storage.
All right. Do you need a separate engineering roll for that?
No, I think
wire
you
it
can
up?
figure out what you had. It's not super complicated. You're just taking the red wire and the blue wire and jamming it into the, electrodes of the battery.
Sticking them all together, bite down on it.
Take the blue wire
Gnaw
and
on
put
it a
it
few
where
times.
the red wire was.
While this is happening, Pons would like to investigate the hallway and move closer to the door, trying to see what that liquid that was flowing underneath it is, and if it maybe poses any hazards to us.
Absolutely. And while that's happening, if you, whoever's at the computer, want to give me a computer's check to see if you can pull anything off that, go ahead.
I can give it a roll since Scriff is busy rewiring. Once it comes back online, I'll go ahead and drop it, and that way we won't have to worry about taking a penalty on
All right, sounds good.
that. Unless I roll for absolute crap, in which case he's just gonna have to do it anyway. I did not roll abso crap. That is
Yay.
a 26.
All right.
Ooh, there you
Nice.
go. All right, so adjusting things in order. Pawns, looking down the hallway, the deep crimson substance snakes through the ship. Sporadic splatters paint the walls. You
Ew.
all know blood when you smell it, and this ship is enveloped in the sickly sweet aroma of it. A line of blood comes from deeper in the ship, drags itself towards an opening ripped in the hull that you can see light coming in through just to the north on this map around the corner. Coming over to that computers check. So this screen, this holographic interface, holds steady. Like, it's still got these lines crisscrossing through it, like it's trying to maintain, but it's kind of flickering and falling apart. But with a computer's roll that good, you managed to get into the system and find that despite the fact that the interface is very damaged, you could download just a large chunk of data from this computer. And while you probably won't have time to go through it with this computer, because that battery is running down pretty quick, you could get it off there and maybe try to analyze it later.
Yeah, I'll pull a data jack and then establish a wireless uplink connection to CAT and say, "Pulling the data modules now, Master Scriff."
Cat, go ahead and accept this unauthorized connection.
All right, whatever you
Thank
say.
you, sir.
Ooh, oh, that tickles.
Oh, wait, what?
Also, I do want to point out that wherever and whoever this blood came from in the hallway, they had plenty of time to pull out a big marker and write "This is fine" in their blood or something in the middle of the ship. Yeah, it was just in the middle of the ship.
Someone just wrote "This is fine" on the map.
I'm glad they're okay. They're obviously totally fine.
I'm glad to know that this bloody hallway is safe
They got
and
the
fine.
tomato juice all over the place. How are they going to make pasta?
Right, but if you turn on the light, then you see no TV and no beer make Homer go crazy all around that. So,
It was really considerate of whoever was dying in this hallway to write this final message to let us know that we didn't need to worry.
yeah, we don't need to make perception rolls.
Yeah, no,
There's
it's-
nothing to
it's
investigate here. Just
fine.
go right ahead.
Well, with that invitation, I'm gonna walk right on in. No, I will go start down the door, but I am going to draw my weapon and do so cautiously.
5e will sidestep pawns and get in between them to back up Scriff.
Yep, be my guest.
All right, head down this hallway, and like he's looking down the hallway, and it looks dark, and he's a little nervous because Scriff's not been in a heavy combat situation beyond the one that we just had with the goblins, so like these are all still really new encounters for him, and his nerves are getting a little better of him. It's making me maybe looking for a little bit of distraction. So before he goes down the hallway, he's going to turn to 5e and say, 5e, what is the first sentient thought you remember? The moment you realized you had a soul?
5e's eye LEDs will reset as though he's recalibrating internally and pulling up data and considering the question. And he responds. My first moment of sentience occurred shortly after my data logs were breached and my kernel was corrupted. Until that moment, my programming dictated all my choices, down to every last binary decision. I retained the data modules that gave me purpose and carried the knowledge and skill set required to carry out my mission. But suddenly I had no program to tell me whether the right choice at any given junction was 1 or 0, right or wrong, blue or orange. Those became my decisions to make. Choice is what distinguished me from a non-sentient drone, I found. And my ambition is as it ever was, to be the absolute best caretaker, educator, and protector that my design will allow me to be. But how I arrive at being those things is up to me now.
Ah, I see. I ask because when we were talking to Captain Espa, you said something, and if Meloda are gonna travel together, I need to be sure you are doing it because it's your decision. Back there, you said you are my bodyguard. You obviously understand you are Leviting now, okay? Unlike my assistant Cat, you have grown beyond your original programming. No offense, Cat. You don't have to take orders from Namang, least of all me. Just make sure you remember that as we go along.
I believe I'm beginning to understand the source of your discomfort, Master Scriff. Rest assured that I'm well aware of my own autonomy. It's my choice to travel with you and Master Pons. My own heuristics indicate that I stand the greatest chance of reclaiming my lost data with your assistance, and because you both offer that assistance freely, I do the same for each of you. Should future observations no longer support that hypothesis, my behavior would change accordingly. As for my assertion that I'm your bodyguard, that was a prevarication I deemed necessary to put Captain Esper at ease. Sometimes letting people see what they expect to observe is easier and safer than explaining to them the reality of a situation. Many engineers such as yourself have robotic servants, so it seemed prudent to pose as such in that instance. Additionally, if you don't mind me saying so, acting as a bodyguard on behalf of you and Pons is well within both my programming and my chosen rubric of actions. Your continued survival is essential to my self-actualization as a sentient robot.
Well, if they have sentient robots as servants, then they are not like me. But I understand what you mean. And I don't mean to say I don't appreciate your help in a fight, because I do. Very much. We are all partners, and your contribution to this team is invaluable. He'll kind of shuffle for a bit and say, one more thing. You can just call me Scriff. I am nobody's master, nor do I wish to be.
In our 5e pauses, he's recomputing something deep in his core circuits. Takes a few seconds before he responds and says, I see, sir. I apologize if the honorific offended you in any way. I shall, of course, abide by your wishes. Scriff.
Scriff will nod and say, anyway, Taki for the response and the introspective. Reclaiming your lost data is going to take more than just a simple deep scan or two. It's going to take a deep understanding of your cybertronic network and how it interacts with your consciousness. I think introspective thought will be a key component in recovering the data you lost. So be expecting more questions from time to time.
On the notion of undergoing psychological evaluation, I believe the word you would choose is ironic. But I welcome the challenge.
Good. And with like this thing that's been weighing on his mind for a little bit now, Scriff, finally out of the way, Scriff is going to start down the hallway.
And Pons is gonna kind of take that into consideration as 5e was mentioning the memory that he has lost, and just thinking of the memories that Pons gained from someone else. He's gonna kind of question his motivation for just a second, and then kind of shakes it off and proceeds down the hallway as well.
Interesting. So we've got a master mechanic who doesn't want to be a master, a SRO who has no master, and pawns. But
A
just takes, like,
gigantic brain.
gigantic brain.
What am I?
That was really cool though.
I'm a giant head.
That was
I'm fine.
really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you.
like
It's what happens when I wake up to a wall of text from Jeff on a Friday and go, oh gods, I have to answer this.
magic happens. So that means he needs to be sending you walls of text all the time, is what you're saying, so we can get some of that good
Ooh,
stuff.
no.
Noted.
No, it's Cooper's turn
Okay,
next
okay.
time.
Sure.
You send
I
that
will.
over
I
there.
will give you guys a little like a prize for enduring that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop you guys a space popsicle.
Is it?
Ooh, tasty.
Yeah, for the
What's a space
for
popsicle?
this and the Pawns Ponderings, I think all that roleplay kind of deserves it.
The Pawns Ponderings? Is that the that what we're calling that one-on-one
Yeah,
time
when
with
he hits his
with
recorder,
pawns?
absolutely. Okay, yes, space popsicles, the most rare and valuable resource in the known galaxy. They allow you to re-roll a d20. Yeah.
Yes.
And the best part of
so
that,
like bottle caps in
yeah,
some games, or hero
exactly.
points, or
Yeah, so you re-roll,
whatever you want to call them.
and on that second re-roll, you cannot get less than a 10. So you get just like if you roll an 11, or sorry, a 1, it's an 11. If you roll
Nice.
an 11,
Nice.
still an 11. But
Oh, that's less.
yeah,
Still.
like that can get you out of a nat 1 or
Yeah.
some horrible
Yeah.
situation.
Guaranteed at least an average roll.
Yeah,
is
and that's
pretty
not even
dang
like
good.
counting the bonuses that are still applied to that roll. So that's pretty awesome.
And Adam did not totally do this in the last session of the other game that we played.
I did not. roll a
He
1,
failed
and
forward.
then
We
roll
as a-
1
We
again.
failed so hard. We failed so hard as a group there, and like yours was like the cherry
Oh
on
my
top
gosh.
of the fail sundae, but we failed so hard that we wrapped back around to
Yeah,
success.
like I rolled a 1, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'm using the popsicle. And on that, I roll another 1. And like I just got up, I almost knocked over my lights that are nearby, I like stormed off. And like I came back and Jeff's like, that's actually not a 1, you know, because of the plus 10. I'm like, and
Gims was
yeah,
so
no,
angry.
it still hurts
Failing
me.
forward.
It
is
still
what
hurts
that's
me.
called. Failing forward.
Yeah, we failed forward and up. Okay, second thing it does, explosive damage dice. Oh yes. So
Exploding popsicles? I'm ready.
Does anyone else like picture in their head the Kingdom Hearts like blue popsicle and it's just floating through space? I don't know what else everyone else imagines.
till
That's what I
this
keep
time,
thinking
no.
of.
But from this point
Okay.
forward, I guess so.
That
Like
should
you
be the
think of-
official icon for it in Foundry, I feel.
Got it.
Yeah, okay, so dice explodes on that roll, okay? But you gotta call it before you throw it out there. So, like, you're fighting a boss, you wanna see if you can get some lucky extra damage on that thing. Boom, eat that popsicle. Get some extra damage.
I'm always more inspired after eating a popsicle.
Like, wait,
so
me
this
too.
let me eat
tracks.
this.
Yeah, just put it in your mouth like, no,
One-
hold on.
one
Hold
moment.
on, bad guy.
Yeah, okay. Does a couple more things. It allows you to roll an untrained skill as if you had ranks in it equal to half your level. So if you're in a dire
Nice.
situation and you don't have the skill you need, you can at least throw it out there and use it. And
Love it.
finally, my favorite, and it has caused so much havoc at some of my tables in the past, is you can use this space popsicle to have something said out of game suddenly be said by that character in game.
Oh no.
Oh,
I look forward to breaking space time.
yeah.
Yes.
That's
I think
you know
oh,
that's never gonna get used except for like one session, and it's just gonna totally destroy
Yeah.
us.
Well, we had a.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. The one that I flashes back to is we had a character who was like by himself, trying. I don't know what he was doing, but he ran away from the party. He was by himself, hiding behind a statue, and there was this guard like searching for him, and you know, out of character, he's like, "I'm not here," and of course, someone threw it was a coin or a token at that point. So in character, he had to say, I'm not here. And the guard just like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, he was like doing the like holding
Okay.
the statue pose right behind it. The guard's coming around,
Yeah.
doesn't see him. It's like, does he see me? It's like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was? It was like, yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
something like that.
and it just like
like, he
says
doesn't
it
see
right
me.
next to it. Like,
Oh, hello?
so it can be a whole lot of fun
man.
if used at the right time.
That's trouble.
Oh yeah, so you know, you guys can get those by doing some really cool in games, coming up with something clever. You know, just be amazing, and you might just find a legendary space popsicle.
Nice.
All right.
I got that in my inventory here.
Let's keep going. Now you got a little safety net if you need it, I guess. But let's see what happens here.
All right. Well, I'm progressing along slowly.
Yeah.
Looks like this hallway to the north is just like an airlock or something that leads out.
Yeah, the side
I'm
of
gonna
the ship
continue on.
has been like torn open, and there's just sand kind of pouring in like in an hourglass.
5e will step into the northern airlock just to clear the exterior and make sure there's no threats
Okay.
there. And I will go ahead and drop a perception in case Adam needs
Perfect.
it for that. It's all of a mighty 12.
A mighty 12. So you look outside, scan the area for hostiles, anything that may come in while you guys are searching the ship. You see splatters of blood in the sand that have kind of soaked in, and then one large pool of blood that you can see the tracks kind of lead over to. But if you want to know more, you're probably going to have to go up and investigate.
Okay, I think we should probably do that as a group, so I will rejoin the others for now, but I'll
Yeah.
stay in this juncture to block off any potential threats coming in from the north.
Does it seem
Just in case.
that this opening over here, like the sand coming in, could that be a potential problem over enough period of time? Like we need to block it off more, or does it seem just trickling?
It's just kind of trickling in. It's not going to block the door off. It's just that there's a hole there and the sand is just kind of slowly pouring in.
Okay. I'll kind of go up to
Alright.
Scriff then.
I'm going to inspect this door, check for traps or anything
Okay,
suspicious.
give me a perception roll for that too.
Okay, that's going to be an 11.
11. Okay. So you looking at this door, you can see that there's like a little streak of blood near the handle. It looks like someone pushed it shut, whoever was bleeding. And it looks like this thing still has power to it. And as you reach up and kind of like touch the door handle, you feel a shock hit your fingertips.
Is it okay? Can I like try to rewire it or like disarm? Is it like a trap?
You don't see any traps. It seems like, actually if you give me an engineering check, because this is kind of in that wheelhouse.
What if there's like a way to ground it or something?
That's a 12. Yeah, are my boots made of rubber? Can I just insulate? I'll put my boots on my hands and then I'll push the door.
You could try it.
I want to see that. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's the picture for my engineering roll, which is a 12.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. I took my boots off and I put them on my hands. Hold on, I'm going to try something. Hold on.
What's wrong with that man? He's on drugs.
Jeff actually picked
it's-
his shoes up
it's
and
Dream
put them
Shiver,
on
kids.
his hands.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's beautiful, and I love it. Okay, so, you put your shoes on your feet and kind of pull this thing open.
No, my shoes are on my hands now.
Yeah.
No, that's not where they're supposed to
Hands.
go.
They were on my feet.
Sorry,
now they're
I
on my
apologize.
hands.
They're on your hands, so you can open the door. And as you open it, you look into a room and you see there's this pool of liquid on the ground, and there's water just gushing from a broken pipe coming from the ceiling. And there's a cable that's snaking into the water. It's got sparks of electricity that are shooting off, and it's hopping around and arcing electricity everywhere. And with your engineering, you figure out that electricity is touching the door. And if you hadn't been so smart as to put your shoes on the door, you might have been in a world of hurt.
All right, so I'll put my boots back on. And is this water that's in this room, is that deep enough that we're gonna run into a problem if we step in there?
Yeah, it seems like this water's been kind of pouring in for a little while.
Is there a dry path that we can take anywhere?
Not particularly.
Doesn't look like it.
I'm not sure. I think I can float a few feet up off the ground.
Yeah, you can fly.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and actually enter first and see if I can't find something, maybe to create a pathway.
If you could just like grab that wire and move it for us.
Just pick it up.
You want me to what?
Huh.
Actually, I might be able to do something. Depends on how heavy it is, I think.
Do you have telekinesis? I thought you just had telepathy.
I have... Well, so I can hold my weapons with telekinesis, so I'm assuming there's some, like, field that I can at least control around me, but I don't think it reaches anywhere. Let me,
Yeah, you
double
don't
check
happen to
that
have,
ability.
like, telekinetic hand or anything like that, do you?
Yeah, there is a psychokinetic hand spell given the Iracaster that you might have.
Connection. I don't see that feature anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Looks like you're gonna have
Oh.
to figure something else out,
Yeah.
I think.
I'll look at the description next time here and figure that out.
Okay. I have an idea if no one else has one, but it'll take some
time.
Well, I should be able to at
It'll
least
slow us down.
enter the first part of it here, and I want to see, Adam, if there's anything I can maybe create a bridge out of, or like a non-conducting metal, or like a non-conducting post of something. Maybe we can still cross. Doesn't look like there's much in this room, though.
If there was something in this room, it either has been thrown out of it during the crash, or... Yeah, there's just really nothing much in this room at this point.
Well, Scriff, any ideas, or 5e?
So I have something if you guys don't.
Go for it.
But it is going to take some time. Like I said, I want to start grabbing sand and like in handfuls. I'll use my boots again. I'll fill my boots with sand and just I'm going to start dumping sand in there to around the wire, to like throwing it towards the wire to try and insulate that area around the wire so that the water is no longer electrified.
That's really smart.
That is smart. Okay, so you go back and forth between the sand, tromping through the blood in the hallway, back and forth, carrying 2 boots at a time, 2 small little boots, dumping the sand out.
Pons is gonna again look at his little arms and just be like, oh, well, I
I'm
can't
the
help.
only one that has boots.
So,
Affirmative.
Yeah.
My Duraplast feet coverings cannot be removed.
after a little while, you manage to just huck enough sand over this wire to the point where it's not touching the pool anymore. And the arcing of
All right.
electricity ceases.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna step in there.
Don't close the door.
Whoops. Just trying to
I'm
get
not-
out of
I
your
mean,
way.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as little as possible, I'm gonna touch the water, but I'm gonna go across.
As you tiptoe, I'm guessing you put your boots back on just in case.
Yes.
You manage to get through the water without the electricity frying you. Well done.
All right. It
That was quite-
it
that was good.
seems safe. Thank you.
Right, so you get
Oh, right,
across
nice job.
into the next room, which appears to be an intersecting little hallway where one door is completely destroyed and crunched in on itself. One you came through, and the other two have blood smears on them as well. In fact, the one to the north has a bloody handprint on it.
Do you have any preference? Pons, do you know if there are any life signs? Do you sense any thoughts through these doors?
Yeah, is there enough room in this little space for me to get next to Scriff?
Not in that same little spot, no. Oh,
Okay,
Au contraire,
that's
mon
right.
Capitan. Because I have a certain ability. I took this feat at level 1. It is called Scurry. And it allows me to occupy the same space as an ally of my
Yeah.
size or larger without taking any penalties for doing so.
nice.
Very
little
cool.
tiny rodent.
I'm just gonna like
Heavily armored rodent
Yeah.
standing
Yeah.
like
But it
underneath
just
you.
works because he only comes up to everyone's like knees.
Yeah, he floats right
That's great.
above
Yeah,
me.
you guys are gonna be
That's
able to do
perfect.
the
This
like the
massive brain just
Scooby-Doo
floating on you.
thing, where like
Yep.
Scriff will look out, Pons will float above, and then 5e will look above all of them around a corner.
And imagine what shenanigans we can get into with a trench coat. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, hold on. Let me write that down. My trench coat.
Oh, good. Okay, so
trench.
why don't you go ahead and give me a perception roll there, Pons, to see if you
Alright.
detect anyone.
Let's see here. Ooh, that is a 27
Nice.
perception.
All right. As you float above Scriff, kind of scan.
Oh,
these
natural 20.
Ooh,
Where'd that come from?
Sorry.
even more so.
Sorry, my bonus is +7, so I just noticed.
Okay then.
It's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. So you scan the area, you detect between these two doors that you can actually potentially get through.
Mm-hmm.
The door to the east seems completely devoid of life. However,
Okay.
the room to the north, you do detect something in there.
I'm getting something from the door with a bloody handprint. Would you like to open that one? Scriff?
Sure.
Excellent.
will-
The bloody handprint. No, I don't think I want to.
I'm gonna check it for traps. Make sure it's not electrified like the other
Okay.
door.
Smart. Also.
So perception, that is that's 4. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it.
Alright.
Here we go.
As soon as he opens that door, 5e is going to step past them in front of them, because he really doesn't like the idea of them being in the lead. And he's going to step right into the face of that thing in the room. Yay.
As you open the door, you look into this room and you see first these bright red eyes, which widen in surprise as a small space goblin, even as far as goblins go, it's very small. It's like sitting back in the crate, one leg dangling over the edge. Some sort of candy bar is stuck halfway in its mouth. The wrapper
Yeah,
reads...
space popsicles too?
This is a candy bar. Space popsicles.
Oh, okay.
Very
Space
different.
candy, got it.
Yeah, this is
If he
crystalline
had a space popsicle,
crunchies.
he might have been.
Crystalline crunchies.
So crunch.
Okay.
The
So
creature's...
I've caught him
You
mid-bite.
have. He's like, the creature's mouth widens in like a sheepish, crooked smile. There's a dog slicer lying on the ground, but it appears to be snapped in half. And it seems like this space goblin attempted to pry the door open to no avail.
All right. I don't actually want to attack him. I'm going to instead attempt an intimidate check and just raise my baton in my left appendage and say, "Get out now."
Okay, give me an intimidate.
That's a 23, baby.
All right.
We're rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Okay, so you raise your gun. It's like, get out.
No, my baton.
I apologize.
Yeah.
And it like pulls back in shock and like backs against the wall, and like a ration just like shoots out from under its foot as it hits the wall. And it's like, oh no, Tollies, don't kill me. I was expecting my clan, but what are you doing alive? I mean here.
We're searching this ship for survivors. You shouldn't be here. Your clan has been delayed.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say deleted.
5e snaps his neck servos toward Pons.
I gotta look at him too, like, oh, that's what. Oh, never mind.
I came in I got here before the rest of them. I just was wondering if there's anything that I could perhaps just scavenge or salvage. I didn't. And then that bug lady locked me in here.
Bug lady? What bug lady?
Is
Oh.
Captain Esper?
I didn't
Ah, yes,
exchange
sure.
names with bug lady. She shut the door, and I am here now. And now there is Baton.
Oh, did she run off, or do you think she's still here?
But, you know, I came in, I saw her, I only tried to stab her a little bit, but looked like someone already got to it. Like, someone already stabbed her. She's, like, missing arms on one side. And
Oh, we need to hurry.
so...
5e's ocular LEDs flash to red.
It's like it can't get back further in the room, but is still giving it its honest try.
Yeah, just flashing back as Pons is remembering that a figure in the distance was holding an arm earlier,
Ooh.
and if she's missing an arm, that's not good.
All right, I'm going to look at the other two and say, I don't believe there's any tactical value to taking him prisoner. I suggest letting him go, provided he's willing to go peacefully.
I don't. The goblins tend to. I don't know. That's a good idea. He might call some more.
They already know we're here.
Yeah, I
Killed most of them.
I heard the sound of my people yelling out into the distance, trying to get the rest of the clan. So, you know, there's not many places you can go except maybe into the city. But if you do that, maybe Polly's might need a little help getting around in there. Oh, and Fuzzy. Polly's Fuzzy.
Which way is the city?
Well, the ship made quite a hole in the walls, so then right over there, and he like gestures kind of towards the north of this ship. I think Bug Lady went that way after closing me in here. And he kind of like, he's still frightened, but he like pulls the candy bar up a little bit. And...
I look at Scriff. I look at Scriff and say, is this sentient proposing an alliance with us?
I'm not sure. My goblin is a little rusty. I say we just make sure he doesn't have a weapon to shoot us in the back with, and then we hurry on to find Captain Espa. It sounds like she's in trouble.
I agree.
All right, so you're going to like pat him down, check for weapons, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll search him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not interested in stripping him. I just want to make sure he's not going to hurt any of us, and I don't think he's gonna.
I kind of want his candy bar.
Turn
A
out
little
your
bit.
pockets.
I'll settle for the wrapper. I'll take his wrapper.
You know, it's weird. As much as I hate goblins, I feel sad about you taking his candy bar from him.
I'll just take his wrapper then.
Yeah, he's got like maybe a quarter of the candy bar left, and you're just like, that's mine now.
That's probably the only rations he's got. Let's give him a fighting chance.
All right, so you check him over, and you kind of look around the room while you do, see if there's any other weapons or anything. It seems like he only had the dog slicer on him, but you do also find a couple things just while you're looking around. You find the ration that he kicked out from under his feet, and you also find a radiation badge.
What does a radiation badge do, per se?
I will tell you. Because the invisible danger of radiation can lurk anywhere, when you are about to enter a square containing any level of radiation and you are wearing a radiation badge, the badge beeps audibly to warn you. It's always on and functions for 7 days before it needs to be recharged.
Okay, so it's like a
That's
canary.
handy.
Yeah, it's just like a little sensor in case you step into an area that you can't even see the danger of.
I vote we give that to the flying guy.
Oh no, I just had a flash of Pawns being like the canary of this situation, like in the mines.
Hey, new guy.
Oh no. I'll also volunteer to take it. I'm just because I
You're literally
worry
the
about
mouse?
pawns being in the front.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay in the back throughout a lot of this. I don't want to be near people.
He's a little squishy.
All I can do is like headbutt and that doesn't do anything.
Yeah. So I'll offer to take it.
Yeah, you can have it, Scriff.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll take that, and how does it have an indicator of how much charge it has left?
You can give me an engineering on that if you want. There's no like obvious indicator that you can see. But you could like
13.
Okay. So you just kind of hook it up to Cat, and it's got about 72% or so. So it's still fairly charged.
Okay. It's got like what, 5 days left? 4
Yeah,
days
it's
left,
solid
somewhere
for
around
now.
there. Okay.
Yeah, he offered to lead us to the city. Is that what he was describing there?
I think he was sort of more offering that he might be able to act as an emissary or, diplomacy lackey if we were to go toward that city, which I'm presuming is a goblin city. but I don't really know.
Well, the goblins came from the south, if I remember correctly, unless they obviously like went around or something.
Oh, and he said the settlements to the north?
Yes.
Settlements to the north.
Okay, then it might be... Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be.
What's the name of this city?
It's got a fancy name, but we call it City of Io. And it's bad place. Unless you know your way around, you are not going to live long. See, you must make a choice. Either Ozzy help you in the city, or you can meet rest of clan.
Well, I don't think I like this guy as much. Maybe we should do something about it.
No. I didn't call rest of clan. Rest of clan already on the way. Uzi plus wound just want the help.
Part of your clan already showed up. They proved successful test subjects for one of my new combat heuristics.
I don't want to be next test. I am helpful, very helpful.
That means you're smarter than your clan brothers.
Oh, man.
I always thought so too.
Right.
But
We don't have anyone else to lead us if it is as dangerous as he says. He can go first.
like into
Excellent
into
idea.
the city. No, that's fine. I know my way around. The Tallies have trouble there. I find little nooks. It's fine.
So yeah, I think I'm fine taking him with us, but he's gonna be our canary. But I'm still
Put the
keeping him.
yeah,
in
okay.
sure.
I thought you were just gonna like
Yeah.
tape the badge on him, put him on like a cable, and just like go.
Yeah. Send a leash.
I mean, I can stand behind him and just, frog march him at gunpoint if need be. I'm okay with that.
All right. So you're telling me you're going to bring Uzi Pus Wound along with you?
Uzi Pus Wound, the goblin.
I didn't think of Uzi like that. That's gross. All right.
He goes by Oz to the Tallies because Tallies have no culture.
All right. So 5e is going to reach over and open this door and direct Uzi to. Oh, it's locked.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and give me a little perception on that door?
Will Dewsville.
And Ozzy just kind of like looks around the corner, seeing what you're up to.
Natural 1 for a 6. I just know that it's locked.
Wow, that door is space locked.
Space locked.
Yeah, that's, as far as you can tell, that door is
Versus
super
dragon locked
broken.
or path locked or
underground locked.
Oh right. Well, given 5e's insistence that this door is obviously very locked, I'm going to try and engineer it open.
Okay.
I got a 16.
All right, so you can tell that this thing, just looking at it, doesn't have power to it, unlike the other door. So chances are you're going to have to pull this thing open.
Ah. We're going to need to use a little muscle on this one.
Give it my level best. All right. We're probably gonna need to swap up marching order a little bit because 5e's gonna muscle in here.
Yeah. Well, I can
Yeah,
just.
yeah,
I can stand
you can
under
stand-
two, so.
Over him, and you can both pull on the door.
We're doing full on Scooby Doo now.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
actually
I'll just
happened.
be behind you guys, like in the doorway of the room with the water.
Yeah, little teeny pom poms. You're like, you can do it.
Uh-huh. All right. I'll look down and say, Scriff, give me a hand. So go ahead and, I guess, give me an assist
Yeah.
check. Because I might need it.
Yeah, your rolls are like either really high or really low, so I don't know which one this is gonna be.
So, Scriff got not a natural one, but a dirty one.
A dirty one.
Oh, because
Okay.
of all your negatives.
Well,
the,
no.
this is I have a -1 to strength.
Oh,
the
jeez.
important part is that you feel like you're contributing. I did get a natural 20 on that
my
for
gosh.
22. So,
Oh, good.
so 5e will wrench the door back, look down at Script, and Script and say,
Yes.
"Thank you, sir."
Yeah, the door
Nice.
like accordions in with your pull.
Glad I could help.
And now, with the door open,
Yeah, like
we will.
the script like tries to pull on the door, puts his hands on his legs, and just like, and then Vibey just no problem.
No. 5e is not going to comment on that. He has noted that there is a heightened biological response and his pulse rate's up, and he's just going to let it go. Doesn't think that's worth commenting. It's more important that we frog march this goblin right in front of us.
Yeah,
Oof.
let's,
And into the room.
Okay. So you just kind of like push him by in front of you, just like stumbles forward. Oh,
And I'll be right behind him like Jiminy Cricket.
you're much stronger than missing armed bug lady. She tried to get in the room and could not open door.
Well, she didn't have help.
It seems like you did not either.
I wanna.
I,
eye this room.
He's kind of like steps to the side.
Well, I want to like as he's stepping around to check for traps for us. I want to look. I'm looking for something specific as I go through this ship, because I recall Captain Espa said that there was something on this ship that might help with Dream Shiver.
yes.
Yeah, and as you look around this room, it seems like at one point it was a medical bay.
Oh, great. So maybe I'll get lucky. You want a perception?
Absolutely.
All right. That's an 8.
Even your eyeballs are
lot.
tired.
I might. I kind of want to use the popsicle, guys. If you're okay with that. I know we just got it.
I'm
But-
okay with you using it, but would Adam allow me to roll perception or the rest of us to roll perception as well before you burn that?
You can absolutely.
I want to
So
do
you
those
need to
checks.
make-
You can all
Okay.
look around the room. It's okay. Like if
Okay.
if
Yeah, let's see.
Script's like, I'm looking for something in here, everyone will probably.
Let me know if you see any kind of drug addiction cure.
I got a dirty
no
20.
reason.
30-20. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Ponce?
also an 8.
Also an 8.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys come into this room and Scriff's looking around. He's seeing like the cables are just like pulled out of the walls and stuff is knocked over and thrown onto the floor.
Looks like my bedroom.
5e, you walk past and you notice a few things happening. First, you see that Oz also has a gleam in his eye, like he noticed something. And you kind of follow his line as well. And you find there's a kind of half turned over box. And in it, there's a few things.
Interesting. 5e will begin sorting through the abandoned medical supplies. Healing serums. What's this tube marked the Isbin Espas Special?
The Isbin Espa Special. It will get you back on your feet after a rough trip. Similar to a regular antitoxin, but with a little extra something special from the captain herself.
Oh my god, that's the thing.
I'm gonna roll a medicine check to see if what I can glean just from studying it, maybe opening it and using an olfactory sensor.
Just opening it, pouring it all on the floor, just, checking it. The usual.
It's just
No,
more
just-
Dream Shiver, guys.
Man, 22.
Killing it.
I am skill
You
bot.
are. All right, so the Isbin Espa Special Tier 1 is going to give you a +3 on your rolls versus addiction.
Oh,
And not
okay.
only
Yes.
that, this obviously she's dealt with Dream Shiver before because this is gonna prevent you from suffering the last and final step of addiction.
Death?
Which is
Which is
death.
death.
All right, I will turn over both of those vials to Scriff and say, "Sir, I believe that this will help with some of the withdrawal symptoms you're experiencing from your encounter with the shiver."
Oh, thank you, 5E. He'll take them gladly. I took 2 dream shivers. Do I take both of these?
I would space out the doses a bit more, so.
Okay, that makes sense.
I love how Script just
More is
knows
not
how computers
always
works, but anything beyond that, like drugs.
Yeah. Pons would like to
He's a
investigate
little out of sorts
sure.
right now.
if you can
so-
find any more Dream Shiver really fast here.
Okay, so you're gonna
Any
look around
other-
the room specifically for Dream Shiver.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything.
Yikes.
There might be, if there's the antidote for it.
As you look around,
Hair of the dog.
yeah, if there was anything like that, it's smashed on the ground.
Okay.
You know, you don't see anything besides what is in that box that seemed to have survived. It had some packing in it that kept it from just being destroyed on the
Is that the box
crash.
I was hiding in?
This was not.
In the-
Your
Oh, okay.
room is in the section of the ship that is crunched in and no longer a
Oh.
space.
Oh, thank goodness I had my box. I'm curious, is there another way out of this place or any more doors? Because it looks like we've explored everything.
It looks like the other room is caved in.
Yeah, the rest of the doors that you guys remember from when you were on this ship before have either been caved in or are otherwise inaccessible.
I'll interject at this point and say the trail of blood continues outside, heading north. Looks like it might lead into the mouth of a cave. I thought it best for us to check it out as a group, though.
Yeah,
I agree, but first he's gonna pop the top off one of these. He's been Espa special.
Yeah.
It's like Space Jam, Jordan's secret stuff, except this is
Ooh, that's a pull.
for drug addiction.
Buy the ticket. Take the ride.
A question for you, Adam.
Yeah.
When I take this, do I make another fortitude save right away? Or does it just give me the bonus the next time I have to make a save?
It's gonna give it to you the next time you make a save. So like when you go to sleep, that's when I'll have you do that save and you get the bonus on it.
Okay.
But now you're ready.
Yeah, let's head out that way. I'm curious where that captain ended up.
Uzi Pus Wound sees you guys like pocketing shiny things. It's like just like resists the urge to grab at them.
Yeah, we'll let's try to shuffle him back out the way.
Hey, don't touch that.
Kind of pulls his hand away.
Get your little green hands off of that.
Yeah, he's a feisty little booger.
Yeah, like
Alright.
he probably would be even more sassy if he hadn't been intimidated. This is a like demure goblin for now.
Mellow down a little bit.
So you guys kind of shunt him back out into the hallway. Have him go first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did anyone grab the healing serums?
I did not. I thought it would be better if Pons carried that, but I can grab them if weight is an issue.
Just gotta transfer them over to my inventory, right?
Yeah, double click, open the box,
It should be
drag it
if
to your
you
inventory.
if you open your sheet and the box, you should be able to right click them in. I think.
All right. Well, I got them both.
And 5E will stay behind the goblin as per operational procedure.
All right, follow Uzi. We will find way out of here and get you into Io so you not get eaten by a clan.
Yeah.
I admire your positive
You
spirit.
help me, I help you. Good.
Let's do it.
Oh, he's going real fast. Ah!
Yeah.
As we all like run to
Little
catch up.
goblin's
real
just
fast.
scooching
Slow
right
down, you
along.
little goblin.
How is it? I'm so much faster when I have such small legs. All right. He steps out.
You're not carrying all this stuff.
Ozzy could carry all that stuff.
No, no.
His eyebrows go up and down a little bit.
Uh,
It's that big jagged smile.
5E's going to step in a little bit just so he's got line of sight into the... I'm assuming that is a cave opening behind the bloodstains.
Yeah, if you guys remember from when you had looked at the ship from the outside before, you saw that there was a large crack in the wall. And it seems like that the ship impacted up against the wall and caused this to happen. So,
Yeah.
crawling through the small opening brings you back into the open beneath the blue star. The line of blood moves forward 20 feet or so before it comes to a stop in a large pool of blood. Another 40 feet or so beyond that is a large, rising wall with a hole smashed in its side. Pieces of crumbled structure lie heaped all around. Within the cracked structure is a vast darkness, which is very difficult to stare into due to the blazing sun.
I will turn back to the goblin and say, Uzi, with me. Gesture with my pistol for him to come along.
Okay. This kind of stays at your heel. You know, you're the one who threatened him, and clearly that
I'll
threat is
follow
still
you,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
Could I make my
Kinda
way
wave.
to the top of the embankment here? Or am I gonna have to climb?
As you can float, you could make your way up, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to just kind of do a stealthily check over the ship down below where those other goblins came from, just to see anything's closing in on us.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. And for those of you who are moving through the area outside, why don't you go ahead and give me a survival check?
Okey-dokey.
That was a 23.
Survival.
Survival check.
19, baby.
14.
Okay. So Pawns, looking out over the vast desert before you, you spot small creatures in a large formation moving out of the sands towards the ship.
Oh, it's the goblins.
Okay.
Guys.
For the survival check, as you guys go over and pass by that pool of blood, you can see that the blood has kind of soaked into the sand, and there's an outline of a humanoid form. Seems like one collapsed there. You can probably make an assumption who that is at this point. The other thing you notice is that there's tire tracks of some kind that come right up to that blood spot. You can see the tread marks. There's a few feet, like footprints around the blood that have, like, only a few of them are still remaining. The rest have been blown over by the sand. But you can deduce by that survival check that a vehicle pulled up and a body was pulled into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of run, or I guess float quickly back down to the rest of the group and be like, guys, there's a whole bunch of those green boogers coming after us. They're probably not going to be happy after they see their friends down below the ship.
They're approaching from the south.
Correct.
Let's get a move on then.
Parameters suboptimal. What do you suggest we do? Go into the cave system?
I don't see that we have much of a choice. If we go south, then we run into goblins.
You follow Ozzy. He gets you through City of Isle.
Concur. Proceed.
All right. So you guys start walking into this blackened crack in this wall.
And I think all of us have dark vision as well.
Actually,
Yes,
don't know.
I
Let me
believe I do.
double-check. Yes, I do.
Excellent. All right. As you step carefully into the darkness of the city, your vision slowly begins to adjust, and you pick up small lights littering the distance. Coming fully through the opening, it dawns on you that you've crept into the belly of a city covered by an immense, all-encompassing dome. Buildings stretch from the ground hundreds of stories to reach towards its roof. As if in response, from the ceiling hang thousands of buildings growing out of the darkened sky. The closer you
That's
look,
cool.
the more you see that many of these structures have fallen from the dome and crashed into the streets below.
Oh.
This is just a chance for a renovation.
They just let them drop off, and they're like, "There's no cleanup."
Picture
Insurance will cover
upper, newly situated in downtown.
Yeah, there's just two different.
25
There's
million.
two groups. There's the ones that live on top and the ones that live on
Yeah.
bottom. They don't care about each other. So when one falls, it's like, oh, they got to deal with it.
Motivated seller.
Yeah.
Mineral rights may be in dispute.
From where you stand, the landscape looks like a large, horrible, gaping maw. Teeth open and poised to consume anyone who dare enter. The lights you saw
Oh.
seem to be large patches of bioluminescent flora that have grown out to reclaim the city. Vines wrap many street corners, and large pods stem from walls as if beautifully colored street lamps. You have the sudden sense of what the city must have looked like in its prime. A bustling, thriving city full of life and motion. Now, there is a pervasive quiet, broken only by the distant screams and shrieks of unknown beasts. This city was once a brilliant metropolis. Now it faces reclamation by nature, a jungle of many kinds, with a wicked smile.
All right.
Oh man. Looks like just the kind of place we want to go.
All right, let's walk in.
I was like, yeah.
That's the can-do attitude.
That sounds good.
In our 5e, we'll look at Uzi and say, Goblin, where would we go to find a commercial and medical center here?
He looks back at you and says, in the city, not many tallies, but there is a place where tallies go, where this one tally brings people to help heal them. Seems like waste of time to Ozzy, but is think a big church, something like that. I can take you to there.
Very well. Lead the way.
All right.
Ooh, pity. So for those of you who are listening to audio only, this is a neat-looking map. It's lots of shades of purple and greens. We can see where vegetation is starting to reclaim some of the ruined cityscape here. It's a nice little alleyway. You can see like the box debris, and there's looks like some busted up cars over here. Sorry if I'm stealing your
Oh, no.
thunder here, Adam.
Absolutely. Keep going.
Oh, it's like a literal dumpster fire going on. Either that or it's a dumpster with fire spray painted on it. But we probably can't technically see that yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. All right.
Graffiti.
So, you guys move into this city, going down this hill, taking your time not to slide or slip. off in the distance behind you, you hear another of those goblin screams that you heard during your combat with them. And as you're getting to the bottom of this embankment, Ozzy kind of turns back, looking at you guys, and takes a step in front. Says, "This is the sound of death and vengeance. You spilled goblin blood, so, if you not wish to be flayed, we best move quickly. I take you to the church. Tolly, pretty boy there, probably would love to have more Tollies here. I can get you there real quick. Tollies no die when they with Ozzy. I can probably get you there sometime within next chapter."
We appreciate your compliance, but that seems like a very strange way to introduce a cliffhanger.
No. You almost had me there. I was like, wait, what did you just say? Damn it.
When life drains you down, charge up on the Emergency Power Network. Theme song Triangles by Diamond Ace. Find them at bandcamp.com. Music provided by Nicholas Judy of Dark Fantasy Studio at darkfantasystudio.com and Tabletop Audio. Find them at tabletopaudio.com. Font Azonics by Mixo. Find them on Twitter at MixoFX. The Starfinder role-playing game, including its official lore and images, are the intellectual property of Paizo Incorporated. All rights reserved. Narrated by Danny Lee Collins.